Hi, and welcome to episode 16 of Wibbly-Wobbly-Geeky-Weekly. I'm Joe.
And I'm Dave, and the only N word we use around here is Nerf herder.
2 weeks in a row with Paula Dean jokes. Really?
Oh, dude, it's just material is everywhere.
You know what? I kind of forgot about it. I haven't been paying any attention to it at all.
Oh, what's really funny is the person who was suing her is finally coming forward says the lawsuit wasn't about her dropping the N bomb.
Yeah, yeah. Which at that point, Paula Dean has every right in the world to go out and punch this woman in the face.
So what you been up to?
Not much. Just pure and utter lack of sleep.
Ooh, I love
Kids
that.
waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at 10:30 the next morning, and waking up at 1 p.m. Not a good idea. Anyway, how about you?
Well, I seem to have taken your advice. I started watching Game of Thrones, and 3 episodes in of Game of Thrones, I found myself a website where I can watch it.
Yeah, what do you think?
Fucking boring as hell. I'm
You are
bored out of my fucking mind.
you are so full of shit.
The only fucking character that's redeeming at all to me is the youngest Stark kid, the daughter. That's the only character I like.
Well, keep watching then because her role keeps getting bigger and bigger.
All I've seen so far is a giant wall. People get their heads cut off. Flintstone is the fucking king.
This
And a guy who likes to cry when a girl hits him.
Oh, this is coming from the guy who thinks the Borgias are the most interesting thing on the planet. Politics, politics, politics. Religion,
I never,
politics,
I never got to
politics.
see the Borgias.
Ugh.
So your facts are wrong.
You were telling me how much you were enjoying it, so either you forgot you watched it or you were lying.
I forgot to watch the episode where my fucking cable was switched off.
So,
I have
uh,
not seen anything that merits any excitement. You've got three different stories going on at the same time. I'm gonna go serve because I'm not the,
well, see,
you know,
there's the thing that now I've tried watching Spartacus. There's the thing that Spartacus fails on. The thing called story. All I see is blood and boobies. Um, Well, this is the thing called character development. Blood and boobies! But no, boobies! Pee pee! Blood! Story? We don't need story, we have boobies! And Xena getting eaten up by midgets.
wait, what?
Really?
What episode was that?
I'm not making this up. I know I saw that.
No, there was not. I don't remember any midgets.
And he was just short, but I thought it was a midget. Either way, it's just like,
I think you're getting your Game of Thrones and your
no,
your
just,
Spartacus crossed.
no, no. But I'm proud of you for at least giving it the chance.
I watched 3 episodes. I kept trying, I'm just like, yeah, okay. So she doesn't want to,
Oh,
get married to this guy, but
you haven't gotten to Stark's sister yet,
mm,
and Peter Dinklage hasn't really had a chance to do anything yet either.
still, Fred Flintstone is the king. Ugh. The
Yeah,
guy playing the king.
that second movie never happened. So no, he's not Fred Flintstone. So anyway, have you got some news for us?
Yeah, I guess so. Whatever.
Well, go ahead. What's your what,
Well,
we will let you start first.
oh, joy of joys. Would have been nice if I actually put my story up there, wouldn't it? Let me just switch to my
We're professionals, and by professionals I mean not so much.
professional idiots.
There you go.
Here we go. Classic 80s NBC shows going to be revived as comic books, with such titles including Saved by the Bell, uh, Airwolf, Miami Vice, uh, Punky Brewster,
There's your
and
crossover, folks. Punky Brewster and Miami Vice. They actually
and
do.
Knight
They
Rider.
accidentally shoot Punky Brewster in the head because they think she's a coke dealer.
And the final one is Knight Rider. No, they actually think she's a junkie because she's talking to an imaginary thing.
Oh yeah, that thing. Oh God, the cartoons. Hey, do me a favor. Fix your camera.
Why? What's wrong with my camera?
We're losing your face. We're getting more and more of your shirt and less of your head.
Why do you want to see my bald head? My balding head.
Hey, listen. If I got to shine into the camera, so do you. So, um, yeah, I could see Airwolf and even Knight Rider. Miami Vice is kind of difficult. Punky Brewster, unless you're aiming at the little girls, which, what the hell? Why not?
This is going to be done by Lion Forge Comics, but here's the thing.
Lion Forge Comics. I've never heard of them.
Uh, but the writers that are involved are Joel Sliner, I believe it's pronounced, and Jonathan London and Jeffrey Thorne. Two of those names, or at least one of those names, should stick out for you, and that's the first one because he was a writer for Teen Titans,
Yes, he
and
was.
Jeffrey Thorne wrote episodes of Ben 10, which I love that show because it's severely underrated. It started out all cutesy, and then it got darker as the child got older, and it worked really well. Let me put it this way: a couple of seasons ago, they basically fought Cthulhu in the
Oh,
final episode.
you just reminded me. Off topic, real quick. Um, there's a podcast that I've introduced them to called Geeks versus Nerds. These are a couple of older episodes, but I know they're ones that he's going to want to listen to and that other people should listen to. Since you just mentioned it, one of them is Godzilla versus Cthulhu, and my favorite, and I haven't even listened to it yet, and it's already my favorite because I'm not sure what the exact setup is going to be, but it's probably going to be along the lines of who is loonier or who is crazier. Dare, Deadpool versus Daffy Duck.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I can see the argument now. Duck thieving, Deadpool thieving, duck thieving, Deadpool
yeah,
thieving.
exactly. And speaking of Deadpool, we're gonna kind of dovetail into my story. Anybody who watches Ultimate Spider-Man, and I watch it when I can. It's not often because I'm usually not
I
up
I
on
haven't set to
Sunday at
record.
11. I will be setting it to record this Sunday. Deadpool will be on Ultimate Spider-Man. I urge anybody who watches this to go and seek out that clip just to see him talking about the swords that are sticking out of his back and how they're in his spleen.
That show base is kind of already messed up, with the little thought bubbles, and he's got the evil Spider-Man and the good Spider-Man right here, and they're smacking him in the head and all sorts of crazy shit.
Oh yeah, and it's bizarre because if you actually think about it, basically Spider-Man in that series is a little Deadpool-like.
Yeah.
Deadpool fits right in. Hey, Deadpool has his little Deadpool sidekick pop up on his shoulder. He's like, ah! So you're gonna go after him after you get all those swords that are sticking out of your back?
Oh God. Since you're on the subject of Ultimate Spider-Man and the Disney Channel,
Oh no.
dude, we're like segueing right into these stories now. Maybe we are a little bit more professional.
No, I think it's just luck.
Segueing anyway. Marvel and Disney are doing a nice little special in the month of August. Marvel and Phineas and Ferb are getting together. You're gonna have Iron Man and Thor and Hulk and Spider Man, and there you are, Perry.
Yeah, yeah. Just
I watched Phineas and Ferb. It's a
I,
it's all
I do like Phineas and Ferb. It's a
it
fun
is
show.
demented too.
Oh
I
yeah,
love random acts of craziness.
who doesn't though?
Me.
I would slap you, but I am too lazy to walk all the way over there. Plus, you live too far away for me to walk over there anymore.
Stretch your arms. No. Uh,
Oh my god.
what do we got next? Anything?
I had yeah. No, I won't.
Or would you like me to
Um,
go?
no. I'm okay. I'm next. I just saw something that really confused the hell out of me. Um, Del Toro and Ron Perlman, two of the guys who were involved in Pacific Rim, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. Um, they want to work with Legendary on Hellboy 3 because Legendary is no longer going to be with WB. They went, oh, that means they don't get any of the profits from a movie that you already know has a built-in fan base. Can we work together?
Here's the thing. I read also earlier that it's not looking likely for a third movie.
Well, this is printed just today.
Yeah, so was the story I read.
Oh, okay. Well, what? Since we're on the
I
subject, I
think
didn't
it.
see that.
Let me actually go and look. I think it was on Den of Geek, where let's see, movies. I love it. I can use my iPad and use the internet all on my Xbox. There we go. All right. No, this isn't the story I read, but uh, no, this is not the story I read. I cannot find it actually.
Well, do you remember the gist of it, or?
Uh, all I read was it's not really in the too near future. There's
Oh, well, it's not going to be like starting to shoot next week. They've still got to come up with the script and everything.
I understand that. Yeah.
But it's now that Perlman is actually on board, it's looking more and more like there will be a third one.
And
Surprisingly,
all it took was the love of a dying child.
yes, pretty much. Um,
No hate mail, please.
well, okay, to get
Okay,
hate
hate mail, please,
to,
because we.
to, to get hate mail, we'd have to get mail. Period. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go take a look at our Gmail account right now, our Yahoo account rather.
Well, good for you.
Because I'm going to pretend that people actually give a damn.
Ah! Okay, then I'll go into our next story and have a little fun.
Go for it.
Well, folks, our world is in peril. We need five teenagers actually from all over the world. And no, they aren't Power Rangers. They are Planeteers.
I hate you.
Universal is right now, seriously looking into a Captain Planet live action movie. Uh, I've I got nothing at the moment. What are your thoughts? I know you said you never saw the series.
You know what? In all honesty, I watched one, maybe two episodes, and never really gave a damn. Otherwise, to be completely honest with you, it never did anything for me.
Now,
Maybe a reboot might help it.
now you want to see some funny versions? Watch the Don Cheadle versions on YouTube.
Oh yes. Yes.
Basically,
Or
he says, "Clean up your act, or I'll turn you into fucking trees."
or you can go and look up the Nostalgia Critic. They had a lot of fun with that character as well, right
Oh,
up to and including in their movie Suburban Nights. Which you've seen clips of that.
Uh, Actually, I was wrong about it being Universal. It's actually Sony Pictures.
Okay.
Um, all I can think is, let our powers combined bring solace.
Yeah,
Uh, oh
I
God.
don't care. Is that a bad thing? I just genuinely am kind of like meh.
Uh, it's one of those movies I think would be so bad we'd have to see it. You know,
I
Captain.
look
It's
is
it's a set. They're turning a Saturday morning card. It's like doing. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I just watched a Nostalgia Critics review of Scooby Doo. It's like taking a childhood memory. It was cute when you watched it when you were younger. Then you look at it now, and they want to make it all serious, and you're just like, uh, would you like a dildo to stick up my ass?
would you
Because
like
this
some
isn't what I remember.
would you like some lube with that? And again, we managed to actually find a way to segue. You're talking about reboots.
Yeah.
You pointed this one out to me. They're planning on just straight up rebooting the Terminator franchise. Um, the story on Sci-Fi Slice of Sci-Fi, excuse me, reads as is. Looks like the Terminator will be going back to square one. It was announced last week that the upcoming fifth Terminator movie will be a reboot, and it will also serve as the starting point for a new trilogy of films. Schwarzenegger will still have a role in the film, but whether or not he's back as the machine or just in a cameo remains to be seen. Skydance Productions, Annapurna Pictures, and Paramount Pictures will jointly produce the film, which is already set for release in June 2015. The new film will be called simply Terminator. A few weeks ago, we heard The Rock was in talks to join the franchise. Could he be cast as the new Terminator?
Yeah, and I just read.
Your thoughts?
Well, I just saw this new thing. Christian Bale, what he had to say about the Terminator franchise. Being rebooted. He said, "Well, good for you. We are through professionally. I will never work with a Terminator again."
Yeah, that movie didn't do so well. Still technically did better than the third one, but yeah, yeah, it didn't look like there were a lot of happy people. I personally didn't hate it.
Eh,
I didn't think it was great, but I didn't hate it. You know,
yeah, sure.
I mean, Chekhov was fine in it. He was. He was in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
If you think about it, that came out the same year as Star Trek, so he had two fairly successful movies that year. And then he disappeared and came back with the next Star Trek movie, so I don't know what he's doing with his career, if anything.
Oh, probably another Star Trek.
I would hope so, but I would also like to think he's doing something else as well.
I
And my
actually saw him the other day on an episode of Law and Order.
really,
Yeah,
just a body, or was he a criminal?
he was just a kid. This was before he had done Star Trek.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, it's your turn to
Oh,
come up with the story.
alrighty. This is a good story for me. We've got video game news.
Ooh.
First off, one that's gonna make me just drool and drip all over the place, and make me wish I had a PlayStation 3. Uh, PlayStation is now put out for pre-ordering Batman Arkham Origins. You will get two downloadable skins to play for your character. Those skins being Azrael's Batman, from, after when Batman had his back broken by Bane, Azrael took over for a while. And the second one is the one that's making me, just so fucking excited right now. I gotta clean up my language. It's 1960s Adam West Batman, and he has
Yeah.
never looked more buff. He
Yeah.
looks great.
It does actually look pretty damn cool.
Actually, kind of looks like Dark Knight Returns Batman in the 60s Batman outfits, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, this time no real segue. Sorry, we should have
yeah,
said.
that's because I got a second video game story, one
Oh,
that's ready to piss people off, but
okay, go ahead.
excite some people who are into furries. Um,
Okay, on to our next story.
uh, Knights of the Old Republic is getting a DLC soon for a new campaign. Oh, I love it. He's putting his hands on his face already. Just
Oh, fucking
you're not
here
gonna
we
throw up,
go.
are you? The new campaign is an Ewok campaign. Yep, yep.
Fucking Ewoks.
They all need
I
to eat mushrooms and grow into Chewbacca.
How the hell did we get into Mario Brothers territory? What the hell? Yeah. The only way this works is if you're running around with a lightsaber cutting off Wicket's forehead. Forehead?
Just his forehead, right? Just that little
just,
itty bitty
just
piece of
right here.
fish right there.
That way he can bend over and watch his brain fall out, or just cut their heads off. You're just running around chopping Ewok heads off. That still
Yeah,
doesn't sound
because
right.
when you think about it, I think
Sorry, folks. It's
Return
the
of the
lack of
Jedi,
sleep.
in Return of the Jedi, there was only one Ewok that died as a result of a war with stormtroopers.
Yeah, and they kind of. I was thinking about it the other day. They kind of just hung on that Ewok for a while.
Yeah,
They wanted the kids to make sure. Hey, this cute little teddy bear is fucking dead.
and they just
Think about it.
and then you get the other one just wailing.
Yeah, you get one start crying, and it's like I kind of remember being in the theater watching little kids starting to go, oh, and I'm like,
Mommy.
yeah. It's kind of like that's really not that cool, guys. You might wanna. You're supposed to be making this so families can watch it and enjoy it.
Nah, nobody
Meanwhile,
cares.
you've got the creepy prune face running around, electrifying Luke Skywalker, and Luke running around cutting people's hands off again. And the last movie, you had Luke and Leia making out with each other, and
Hey, chicka bum bum.
not
And
quite
then
sure what you were going for there,
for some
Lucas.
and for some reason, in Episode 7, Luke and Leia are going to be making out with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just segued into another story that I just picked up.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Actually, a couple. This past weekend, George Lucas got married.
Wasn't he already married?
No, he was actually dating this. I forgot what her name was, but he just got married. She runs. Oh, I gotta look this story up now, real quick.
Same here,
Um,
because this is the first I'm hearing of this.
yes. He also got married at the Skywalker Ranch.
Very cool. He married Melody Hobson, who is 44.
Yes, and she is hot.
Well, congratulations, George. For all the crap we give him, I hope he's happy.
Well, yeah, well, that's the reason he, decided to sell his company because we were giving him so much crap.
Well, you know what? In all seriousness, that is a big part of it.
It's like, God damn it. Just give me the
Well,
fucking money. I'll get married, get laid every night. Got $2 billion now. He sold it for four, gave half away, and he kept the rest.
yeah. Well, you know what? It's on one hand, obviously, we're the fans. We know what we want to see. At the same time, I do understand his point of view, where it's these are my movies, and I do want to keep tinkering with them to get what he thinks is the perfect film, and that's fine. He has. This is the argument I've always maintained. He has every right to do whatever he wants with those movies, and
As
you
long
know
as he's the
what?
one watching them.
No, 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 no. I will happily watch them if if he were to release the editions that people grew up with, the ones that we remember. You know what? When he did the special editions where he had two discs, one was okay, we've done these changes, and this one comes with the original version. Okay, you want to make the original version of Star Wars the bonus material? I have no problem with that in any way, shape, or form. If he had done that with these Blu-rays, I'd have bought the Blu-rays because it'd be cool. Even again, even if it was just the Laserdisc quality or the DVD quality, I'd be fine with that. But he refused to do that. He could have very easily made that a bonus material. I mean, I'm not sure what your thoughts on it are, but
My thoughts are people get caught way too caught up in Star Wars wars.
As George Takei once said, Star friends, we need to come together and battle the real evil, Twilight.
Yes, good point. Twilight is evil. In other
And
Star. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was say I don't have Star Wars news, but I do have other news.
I was gonna stick on the subject right now. That way
Oh,
I don't
please go
forget
ahead.
it.
No, go ahead. If you have more, please.
In my last Star Wars news, uh, in preparation for going ahead with Star Wars Episode 7,
I saw
Disney
this.
has what?
I saw this. I already know where you're going.
Disney has hired personal trainers for both Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill.
And I love that last picture of Mark Hamill. He's walking out of what looked like it might have been a Jack in a Box, with a bag full of burgers and a milkshake. You know what?
Well, he stopped at
Screw
the
it.
ashtray to
He's
pick out a
earned
couple of
it.
cigarettes. He stopped at the ashtray to pick out a couple of cigarettes that weren't fully smoked too.
Yeah, that turned out to be a joke. Thankfully. Not that I really, well, even when we were talking about it, I didn't really buy it to begin with, but
It was fun.
but no, my news is we're gonna kind of go back to comics, sort of comics TV. We have seen the new opening for Beware the Batman. All I have to say about this is you're doing it wrong. You see Batman, whose head is tiny, big body, tiny little head. So he's abusing steroids. Robin nowhere to be
Shouldn't
seen.
his other head be shrinking then?
Robin has become a creature with boobs, otherwise known as a girl, and is running around with blades, and is now called Katana. And in the one shot we get of Alfred, I genuinely thought it was an outline of the Riddler. I actually had to watch it a second time and realized, oh, they're only showing the heroes. That's supposed to be Alfred. No. People are having problems with it because it's in CGI. I don't give a shit that it's in CGI. They just look like crap.
And I think Alfred is voiced by Jeremy Irons. So
Wow. I no, no. I just flashed back to Dungeons and Dragons. Just God damn it. I don't even know what to say to that one. Just no, no. Yeah, I'm gonna get away from that story, and we're gonna stick with comic TV slash comic book movies, and we're gonna
nope,
talk about TMNT
no. Oh nope, I was wrong.
because Michael Bay wants me to shoot myself in the face. Now, we already know that William Fincher is playing Shredder. No, I don't give a damn if they call him the Shredder. He's not.
He's white.
Because we all know that Oroku Saki is a Japanese man. In this, he's a white guy named Eric Sachs. You're doing it wrong! I've seen multiple incarnations of the Ninja Turtles. I can even find stuff in the third movie that I enjoy. And everybody hates the third movie. Rightly so. But there are still scenes in it that are the Ninja Turtles. The Turtles are still themselves. April's a little wonky. I love Casey in that movie because he was just awesome. But at the end of the day, at least it still resembled the Ninja Turtles. Eventually, he's going to turn around and say, well, the Turtles will actually have fur, tails, and long ears, and be called Thundercats. Because I am Michael Bay.
And I'm a hoe.
People stop giving him 80s material to work with. He just fucks it up.
I just love watching you rant. I could do it all day.
God damn it.
Could be worse, It could be Dinobots,
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's just in case you didn't hear it the first dozen times. Fuck you.
So, fuck me.
Yes. I just spilled my beer. Excuse me.
Turtles riding Dinobots, then? I love it.
God damn you. No, it's even worse. I just pictured Grimlock as a giant goddamn Ninja Turtle with Optimus Prime riding him with a cowboy hat. I hate you, Michael Bay.
Oh, you think that's fun? They got Danny
It's not
Woodburn.
fun.
Danny Woodburn's playing Splinter.
No!
They got a midget to play Splinter.
You couldn't get a good actor like Peter Dinklage. Oy.
I'm still wondering about why is Whoopi Goldberg in the movie?
Oh, she's playing April's boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
because that just makes me. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Nostalgia Critic lately,
Oh, I watch him constantly.
and I just watched the
One
Star
of his
Trek
best
Generation.
reviews is the Power Rangers Turbo movie review.
Yes. Yes.
Why don't we ever use the giant robot run away? Thud. They're done.
No, but this was no, they were reviewing Star Trek Generations, and you've got
Linkara.
her
No, it wasn't
talking
Linkara.
about the Nexus. He's like being inside Joy, and he's like, "Ew! I knew they had, I didn't want to know that she's inside Joy on The View."
I was like, I didn't want to know about that with her and Joy Behart. Oh, God. Yeah.
We got a little sidetracked, didn't we?
Just a tad.
Oh,
You're trying to keep me from blowing out a blood vessel out of the front end of my head.
I popped the blood vessel.
And on to more Michael Bay crap. I'm sure this has been news for other people. Turns out they're going to have another one of my favorite characters in this movie. They're going to have Hound. Hound is, if I remember correctly, kind of like he's kind of like Bumblebee. He's more of a scout. He actually had a power where he could recreate very elaborate holograms, which was very cool. And he turned into an army jeep, an Arby's jeep. Yeah, an Arby's jeep.
Yes.
He's going to
They
be.
have great roast beef sandwiches.
Oh yes, he's going to be. He was an army jeep. In this, he's still going to be an army vehicle, but he's this massive, fucking looks like a transport truck. So I take it we're going to have another shot of comets falling to the Earth, because I sadly
First
have
of
had
all,
to sit through all three movies, and God help me, I haven't seen them yet.
I
They're going to be they've already redone Bumblebee. He's getting a new look.
I see this working anyway because they don't use normal Jeeps anymore in combat areas. They use armored
Yeah,
vehicles.
no, I understand that.
That's why
There are
they're
still
doing
plenty
it.
of areas that still use those Jeeps, though, for civilian use. Could have very easily had him scan the civilian Jeep. And I'm kind of surprised at some of the talent that they're getting. I mean, they've got Mark Wahlberg, who is a fairly decent actor. Jack Rayner, Nicola Peltz, Stanley Tucci, and fucking Kelsey Grammer.
Is he going to be Beast?
Why not? Because he was the only good thing in X-Men 3. Um. Yeah. Yeah. What is it with Kelsey Grammer and going? That franchise looks like it's about to suck. Even in this case, even worse than it is. I must be a part of it.
I think that's bad. He's doing a mystery show on MTV, I heard. Or he's
Sorry,
producing it anyway. Those things don't really go to get mystery, the fuck happened to this world? Remember when the M stood for music?
Instead of
Now,
misguided morons.
no, now it stands for menstruation. Ooh. Did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh,
Now
well,
slap yourself.
nah.
I can't reach you. Do it.
No.
Do it.
Can I? I don't want to slap myself. I love my face too much,
You lie.
and I don't want any bruises before the con.
Say that again. I had a
I don't want
commercial
any
suddenly pop up
bruises.
and talk over you. Okay.
Not
Well,
before the con.
that's too bad. Go ahead with your next piece of news
Ooh, science news.
before I.
This one's straight out of Slice of Sci-Fi. And could the world be ready for another Star Trek invention? Well, researchers
We've
at
already got a
North...
replicator.
Yes, they have something similar. It's called a 3D printer.
I want
But
one.
this one would work on the molecular level. Researchers, in a partnership with fellow scientists at Hartford School of Medicine, have created the cells responsible for generating all the necessary proteins and enzymes found in the human body. I see replicators in the future,
Yes.
and that would be awesome. They're talking, synthetic cell gel packs, kind of like what they saw on Voyager.
Right.
Now, while sci-fi fans may see futuristic application of such technology in helping power spacecraft in today's world, this kind of marvelous synthetic could bring about the development of new antibiotics that would be more potent in fighting disease that target certain certain diseases in the human body. Smart cells.
Right. Almost like a smart bomb.
Yes.
Very cool.
which is awesome.
I
As long as it makes a good steak.
ooh. Nah,
Maybe
it'll
a
probably
potato.
fail there.
What?
Now maybe a
Protein
nice pork
receiver
chop.
or lamb chop?
I had lamb chops for the first time the other night.
Oh God, I've got songs from Lamb Chop
This
to
is a
play along.
song that doesn't end. It just goes on and on, my friend. It's like,
You're ruining my childhood
do I
by
look like
making
fucking Michael Bay? No, so fuck you.
you're ruining my childhood by making me remember Lamb Chop's play along.
Yeah, well, could be worse. I could be doing the show that came on right afterwards and start singing, I love you, you love me.
That's just hey, that Barney is just a T-Rex had a Snickers. He's more mellowed out. You saw that commercial, right?
Yeah, yeah, sadly I did.
Like T-Rex, eat a Snickers.
Well, do you have any other news, or I think we
Uh,
about hit everything we were talking about.
yeah, I guess so.
All right,
That
and oh, and
sucks this week.
real quick, um, Under the Dome did the best best opening numbers since Revolution. Granted, two different networks, but what the hell? They're competing with each other. CBS kind of needed that boost, and
Oh,
also for people who are like me and like the show Falling Skies. This season has been uh, batshit insane, and also it will be back for a fourth season, so I cannot wait for that.
oh. Slice of Sci-Fi just sent up a tweet about not long ago about Universal developing a cabin in the woods attraction.
Yes, yes, I would love to go to that.
That also made me think of another attraction that showed up in Universal in Florida, Springfield
Yep.
from The Simpsons. They have made a full size, or not full size, but they made a scale size Springfield with the Simpson home, Moe's Tavern, the Krusty Burger, the Quickie Mart, all of it. You can get yourself a squishy.
Nice. Now, where I'm at is I'm at ScreenRant.com, and just for fun, I'm going to go over the 7 movies that they're looking forward to, and I am going to add one of my own. I don't have the release date, so let me do that really quick. Get that release date so I can put it in where it belongs. Despicable Me 2 release dates. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Just say Friday.
Is it this Friday?
No, it's actually tomorrow. Comes out the 3rd.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, it's technically I'm a bad boy. I have already seen some of it because it came out in the UK, and I have the Internet Fairy who was kind enough to bring me bits and pieces of it. Oh my God, I can't wait. But I was a good boy. I didn't watch the whole thing because I don't do things like
Cheater!
that anymore.
Cheater!
It's like, yeah.
Excuse me.
And just really quick, this is how they're looking at it because it is opening the same weekend as the Lone Ranger. So we'll start with Despicable Me 2 and then go into the Lone Ranger. From just what I've seen of it, it just looks like it's
Actually,
going to be a
Lone
lot of
Ranger.
fun,
It already opened.
but no, not here. It hasn't.
Yeah,
It
it
will
opened
be.
Friday. It
Has
opened
it
this
opened?
past Friday.
Let's see. Not that I see. That doesn't mean anything. Let me take a look. I apologize. It did. I'm very sorry. Um,
Wah
well,
wah.
that's okay. From the little bit I've seen, though, it looks like it's going to be just as much fun, and they're worried that it's going to beat the Lone Ranger on its opening day. They're thinking Despicable Me on its
It's
second week. I don't think it has opened. Hold on. I'm
meanwhile,
getting contradictory news here.
meanwhile, Superman ends up, you know, going farther and farther.
Yeah.
This uh, actually what's this?
No,
Uh
it has not opened yet. It will open on July 3rd.
oh, then I misheard something on a podcast today.
That's quite all right. But yeah, from the little bit I've seen, Guru is still awesome. He's not as cool now that
It's
he's
not.
good.
It's not Guru. It's Gru.
Guru, excuse me.
One
Oh,
syllable.
why am I calling him Guru? I know that. But
Because you think he's out. What's his name?
don't you say it. I know where you're going. Don't you bring up that piece of garbage movie.
I am the love guru.
Ah, you scumbag.
Ah!
I'm hosting the show on my own next week. Screw him. Ugh. I don't need this kind of abuse. I can listen to Paula.
Ooh, I bet you better edit that out.
I can't. I don't know how.
You are so
I
screwed.
love you, Paula. Anyway, no,
I'm
but
telling.
they're both opening. Both Despicable Me and The Lone Ranger are opening on the same weekend. They're opening on the 3rd. It really looks like Despicable Me is gonna beat The Lone Ranger. Again, Despicable Me. You have Gru. Not quite as funny the second time around because he's the good guy now. The Minions, on the other hand, are just as funny. They come this close to going overboard with them, and thankfully pull back before you get that far.
My boy.
Which is why I'm kind of worried about them getting their own movie next year. I don't want overload on that. No, I don't want overload on the Minions any more than I would want overload on the Scrat. Because I don't like the Ice Age movies. The only reason I sit through them is for the Scrat. And to be honest with you, half the time I'm fast forwarding through the movie itself to get to the Scrat.
Wow. I'm actually looking at the box office results for the past week right now, and Man of Steel dropped another almost 50%.
Yeah, actually, that's a little more respectable than last week. It's kind of leveled off a little bit.
Yeah, but White
Because
House down.
that's actually kind of normal for a third week.
White House down. A bomb is beating it this week.
I do want to see that.
Dude,
It
that
does look like
movie
fun.
is no, okay. First of all, they already had a movie like that this week called oh shoot, what the hell was the movie? Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah, but the difference between Olympus Has Fallen and this is Olympus Has Fallen is
This
very
one's a remake.
serious, very action. Where this one,
Is a
it
remake.
kind of reminds me of Lethal Weapon.
Yes, because Jamie Foxx saying, "Get your hands off my Jordans."
Yeah, but he's not playing the obnoxious type character that he usually is. And
No,
I'm
he's
sorry,
playing
that
the
scene with
stereotypical black president.
no, that scene with the bazooka is funny. Fires it off, and he's like, "Okay, get ready for the next round." I can't. Why? I dropped it. How the hell do you drop a bazooka? And I'm not big on Channing Tatum either, which is why I
Oh,
loved
come
his
on, you don't
cameo in This Is Evil,
like Duke?
or This Is the End. No, you need to see his cameo in This Is the End. Anybody who's seen that knows what I'm talking about, and is all and are collectively all going.
I have no movie. I have no monies to go to movies.
But as for the Lone Ranger, eh, I like the Lone Ranger. I really do. If I keep wanting to call him Johnny Quest,
What?
if Johnny Depp were not in this film, I'm exhausted. Not Johnny Quest, Johnny Depp.
Oh,
If he were not in this movie, I got him to face palm. I would probably go see it, but I'm
instead of silver, they'd have Bandit. Hi-oh, bandit,
Yeah,
away!
there's a crossover for you. Get to work on that one, people. Um, but no, seriously, with Johnny Depp, I'm tired of him. We need it like one summer without Johnny Depp in it. Just one. He needs to like take a break for 1 year. Because I
He was
like Johnny Depp, but I'm at a point where I'm sick to death of him.
he was the Hollywood helper of the week on Hollywood Babylon today that I listened to
Okay.
because he carries his Pirates of the Caribbean costume around with him everywhere. So he can just, put it on for kids and stuff like at hospitals and stuff.
See,
Now,
I don't have a
I
problem with that.
applaud that,
Yeah.
but that's just milking a character like you wouldn't believe it to me.
Well, he's still planning on doing another one.
After the last one.
Yeah. The last one did bank. What do you want?
Uh, Next thing you know, they'll be going for the Holy Grail this time.
Didn't they talk about that?
No?
No.
The last one was the Fountain
The
of
last one
Youth.
was the Fountain of Youth. I thought they said something about the Holy Grail. Anyway, on to July 12th. The movie I've been looking forward to,
And I won't be able to go.
Pacific Rim. Now, that opens the day that I will be in Hartford getting my badge for Kineticon, so I don't have to stand in line with other people I know, because that line is long and those people get stinky standing there. So what?
Dude,
What?
what the hell? This ain't smell-o-vision?
You weren't sure. Anyway, I don't know. Dude, my brain is shot. I told you we should have waited to do this till tomorrow,
You're
and you wouldn't
funnier.
let
You're
me.
funnier when you're crazy.
This isn't crazy. This is just stupid at this point. Um, anyway, the whole plot of this movie is giant robots versus giant monsters. It's Ultraman versus Godzilla, and I can't wait.
Ha! That's
What
all I
would you?
remember from Ultraman is that scream he did every time. Ha!
Yeah,
Ha!
he sounded like a duck getting its tail caught in a blender.
Affleck!
There you go. Or this looks almost like it could be prepped for a Robotech movie or an Evangelion movie or yeah,
Godzilla Pacific Rim crossover.
Godzilla versus Cthulhu.
Godzilla versus Cthulhu.
Yes,
Ah,
you need to go
Cthulhu.
listen to that. Anyway, yeah. What are your thoughts on this from the little bit you've seen?
It looks fun. It doesn't look like there's a lot of story for it.
And yet somehow it still looks better than anything Michael Bay put out with the Transformers.
Well, that's because he's not ripping anything off, technically.
This is true. This somehow started out as um in the mouth of or from the mouth of madness. That's where some of the creature designs came from. But how they got from there to here, I don't know. All I know is that every time I see one of these trailers, I'm immediately like an 8-year-old kid sitting in front of my TV on Saturday morning watching the Godzilla movies, the Gamera movies, the Ultraman movies, all of the giant monster movies that they would run Saturday mornings. Dave's kind of like, yeah, yeah. I can see
I
that grin
used
on your face. You know what I'm
I
talking
remember
about.
when I was in grade school, me and another kid would play Godzilla on the playground.
Yep. Me and my brother used
We
to do that actually.
I would I we would always fight over who was Godzilla, or I said, okay, fine, fuck you. I'm gonna be Ghidra.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna be King Ghidra. I'll fuck you up.
I mean, I've got all my Godzilla stuff over there, but like, let me make sure. Like right now, you can see my little Godzilla model that I have sadly not had a chance to put together. But if you look all the way over here, up on the TV, you can see a little Godzilla and a King Kong, and a Ghidorah, and there's even a Godzilla from Godzilla versus Destroyer over there. And I've got a few more upstairs. Maybe next week I'll bring them down just for fun, just to put them up behind me. But yeah, I genuinely can't wait for this movie. This is the big one for me. This is the one I've been waiting for.
You don't want to take me with you. You'd rather leave a day early and leave me behind.
Yes.
Because you're a fucking tool.
Hey, you guys get to see all the movies. I haven't been able to do that. This time it's kind of reversed.
Mm.
Um, Now this is one I haven't heard of. July 19th, The Conjuring. Have you heard anything about this?
Not much. Just popped up. It's kind of like one of those true story, haunting things.
Oh, well, I'll read what it says here on Screen Rant. Horror fans will want to take notice because The Conjuring has hit written all over it. Directed by James Wan. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Who also directed Saw and Insidious. This film is already receiving rave reviews, which in horror terms means it is genuinely scary. We didn't expect anything less from Wan, but it's comforting to know he still has it. Are they talking about Saw? Because I never found Saw scary. Um, Not to mention it has a pretty solid cast, which sadly doesn't give the cast here. Many might recognize the film as The One with the Clapping, but it's actually based on a true story.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And that doesn't mean I don't believe in things like that, but yeah. Two paranormal investigators, also a couple, were sent to check out a family farm and found more than they bargained for. Strange things starts happening, and hilarity ensues. Yeah, I'm not really big into American horror movies because they just don't tend to be all that scary.
I've I've not been scared by a movie in years. And the only movie that actually scared me, I was 10 years old when I watched it for the first time, and that was Night of the Living Dead, the original.
Yes. The one, see what scares me tend to be the stuff that bore the hell out of other people. When I get scared, it's the stuff that I can't see.
Yes, like
Like
Hitchcock,
if you look
stuff
at
like that.
like the original Alien, if you really think about it, you only catch glimpses of that thing until the very end of the movie. That's what's scary about it. Look at the original Jaws.
Hmm.
Because that mechanical shark didn't work, you barely saw that thing, and that made it one of the most frightening movies to come out. Um, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Everybody talks about how gory and how bloody and oh my god. There's very, very little blood in that movie. 90% of what you think happens doesn't actually happen or happens off screen. Brilliant movie. That movie is still capable of scaring me. That new one that came out, the one with Jessica Biel, bored me to tears. Did not find it scary. Did not find it frightening. Found it boring and pathetic. Kind of like with Saw. They're like, "We're the smartest thing in the room." I had people go with me when I saw the original movie. I told you this story.
Yes.
I genuinely thought it was a comedy at first. I thought it was meant to be a dark comedy, and I'm not saying that to be funny or to make fun of the film.
You're talking to a person that laughs at movies about serial killers.
Right, but I mean, I like watching the bad movies, and I thought that's what Saw was intended to be. Was kind of not a kind of like Scream, where you could take Scream as a straight slasher film, or if you're in on the joke, you realize it's kind of a spoof. That's what I thought Saw was, and then somebody told me no, this is meant to be taken seriously. never bothered with any of the other movies because if I thought the first one was that stupid, then there was no way in hell I was gonna ever take any of the others seriously.
Especially in the second one.
Yeah,
The killer is Jackie Harris from Roseanne.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, no. At the end of the day, if you're big on horror films, this looks like it's the big one to go see this year or this
Yeah,
summer rather.
that's what
Which
everybody says.
yeah. Next up, this is one that kind of hit my radar late, but I'm now really looking forward to it. July 19th, R.I.P.D.
I want to
with
see this
Jeff
so
Bridges
bad.
and Ryan Reynolds.
I want to see that so bad, just to watch Jeff Bridges just get thrown into a bus.
I The best way I can describe this is it's Men in Black with dead people instead of aliens.
No, I think it's Ghostbusters meets Beetlejuice meets Men in Black.
Not sure about the Beetlejuice, but the Ghostbusters I can definitely
The
see.
Beetlejuice, he goes to the office building to, get work.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, no,
You
I
know,
can see that. All you need is somebody smoking and the smoke blowing out their neck. But this is another one. I don't see this being the a big blockbuster, but I see it doing well enough. Kind of like the Men in Black. It wasn't the huge blockbuster, but it did well and
Actually,
it was fun.
the second one wasn't so good, but the third one actually hit really well. It,
Yes,
it was really well
talking
done.
about Men in Black.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the I did like the third one. There are even things in the second movie that I liked. Again, not a great movie, but there were things in it that were fun. But we're gonna move along to the next movie that I'm really looking forward to. It also opens on July 19th, so I have to figure out which one I want to see more. R.I.P.D. Red 2. It's actually a tough choice.
Yeah, I'm having I want to see Red too, but seeing how Catherine Zeta-Jones is in it, okay,
Why
you've
you don't
got
like Catherine Zeta-Jones?
oh, I love Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Oh,
but I won't be able to stop laughing my ass off because you've got her husband, Michael Douglas, who says, "Well, I didn't get my throat cancer from smoking and drinking. I got it from too much oral sex." And the first thing that popped into my head was, "Where the fuck has Catherine Zeta-Jones been, and why is she so dirty?"
was she sucking on used fuel rods at Chernobyl? Is that where she got her start? Oh
Oh
god.
God, it's a freaking fuel rod dildo.
Yes.
Oh,
I managed to make a fucking Chernobyl joke, okay? Get over it. But no, anyway, back to the movie. If this is even half as fun as the first one, it's going to be an awesome movie. And I mean, come on, you've added in Anthony Hopkins. That alone makes me want to see this movie. And I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, I have heard that we will have a scene with Morgan Freeman.
a flashback because I didn't see it.
That
I
they refuse to say whether it's a flashback or not. I'm assuming it is,
I did not see him in the.
but this is based off a comic book, so he could have
Well,
very well, you
like I
know,
said, I didn't see him in the credits or in the cast on IMDb.
yeah.
Oh, I know what movie you want to see just before you see Red. You want to see Turbo.
Notice that I'm not putting that on the list. God damn it. The thought of that movie makes me laugh. Not because it's going to be good, because it's just so goddamn stupid. I can't believe somebody made it.
Okay, fine. Smurfs 2.
Fuck you. Anyway, July 26th. This is one you're kind of rooting for.
I'm not rooting
Me,
for
I
it, but I'm
couldn't.
gonna give it a chance.
I really don't care. Is the Wolverine?
I enjoyed the last movie up until the last 15 minutes.
I
That's when
was
they
kind of on it already, and then that last 15 minutes just completely killed me because it wasn't just Deadpool they screwed up. They also screwed up Gambit majorly.
eh, who cares? Gambit's Gambit. Nobody cares.
I like Gambit. Gambit's got
He talks too
a
much.
lot of fans. Plus, he went on to play John Carter.
Now that movie was good. It was underrated. It didn't. It got. See, the Disney didn't market it well. They just put up John Carter.
It was
Okay,
all
what's
right.
that?
It wasn't a great movie. It was not nearly as bad as everybody makes it out to be.
No.
It definitely was not. But I
It
don't think
did
it was
good.
as
It
good as a
did
lot of
good.
people think it is either.
It did good DVD sales, and it did good
It's
overseas, enough to where they might think of a sequel.
honestly, I think it was kind of meh. It was kind of boring.
And I read the book first,
Yeah.
so and the
Um,
book can get very boring because of the dated English.
right. Well, it's the thing with the movie is it really did drag in spots. Like the fight in the arena went on a little too long. The fight at the end went on a little too long. Did he need to go back to Earth at the end? No, he really didn't. You could have actually set that up if you were planning on doing a sequel. You
That's what
leave him
happened in
there
the book.
on. You leave. Yeah, but you got to remember, books different from movies. What you do is, hey, just in case you don't get the sequel, for a change, instead of going, we're gonna make 800 movies and planning for the next one before you've even finished the script of the first one,
Well, see, here's the thing.
end your first movie. Leave him on Mars. You could have picked up and ran with that whole thing as the first third of the second movie. You could have easily left John Carter on Mars and ended it there. Your beginning is, hey, the she's pregnant, this, that, and then he goes back to Earth, and you could have taken that entire plot point that they spent 5 whole minutes on and made that a major part of the second movie and him trying to get back to Mars. Instead of going, oh, we're going to rush this in and do this real quick and then, you know what I mean?
Well, they're trying to make
Because
it.
that seemed almost tacked on.
They're trying to make it more like, I believe, like he didn't know that he had a kid. Because in the second book is when he finds out he has a kid.
Right, well, they didn't even have to tell him that, though. He still could have been, hey, I
But
am John.
he did know he had a kid. He was expecting a kid because at the end of the first book, Deja Thoris laid an egg,
Right,
quite literally.
and that's fine. I mean, you don't have to have her lay an egg in the movie, but same idea. You could have found a way to say, hey, she is pregnant or whatever. And then, oh, hey, happy ending. And then if you don't get your sequel, you've at least got a beginning, a middle, and an end to your story. Where once again, we've got a beginning, a middle, and a with more than likely no sequel coming.
Mm.
Filmmakers need to start looking at films as a one off. Unless you're filming two or three at the same time, like with The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings,
Yes,
plan on one movie.
because 3 is the new 1 and 6 is the new 2.
And 18 is the new three, evidently. But so yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say about the Wolverine. The last one, and again, this is coming from ScreenRant.com. July 26th, the to-do list.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's an R-rated indie comedy about a bookworm girl who decides she's going to lose her virginity before she goes to college.
Oh,
And
it's American Pie.
it just looks like really, really dumb jokes. She's reading the name Teabag. Huh, I wonder what that is. Next thing is her with a cup filled with water and her dropping a tea bag in it going, it must be British. I'm funny, please like me. Yeah,
Uh,
I tried watching the trailer. I couldn't even make it through the trailer. It just wasn't funny. And right here, um, for those that might not know, the film stars Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation as a straight A high school student who hopes to become more sexually experienced before heading off to college. As a result, she creates a to do list of all the sex acts she wants to try before the summer is over. In other words, it's like a female version of the American Pie, only raunchier.
it's an American Pie bucket list.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the one thing that did make me smile is she's looking up the shocker. She's maybe it's a surprise. That was kind of funny. At the end, like I said, I never made it all the way through the trailer
That's not the shocker.
because
This is the shocker.
yeah, really, because it just wasn't funny. It was another one
Yes.
of those. This just looks really, really stupid.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, people are trying to push boundaries of what they can put in TV and
Which is
movies.
fine. I have
This, I
no
don't mind
problem with
pushing
that.
boundaries, but
But
it's
do we
stupid.
really need Naked Survivor? No, no, we fucking don't.
My mom taped that.
I'm so sorry. I mean, me and Dave were over at my friend Jay's house the other day, and we managed to catch the end of the tightrope walk across the Grand Canyon. And yeah, they showed commercials for that. I couldn't even bear looking at the commercial because it's like, oh well,
It's
not
called
only are they naked in the Sahara, but they're all the ugliest freaking people we could find.
actually not in the first.
Enjoy.
Not in the first episode. That girl was kind of cute. She was like her mid 20s,
I don't
nice.
know. I didn't see any of that in the commercial.
But
All I saw was just
uh,
disgusting stuff bouncing all over the place. It shouldn't be bouncing on regular
no,
television.
what's worse is
And
in the
Discovery should be ashamed of itself for doing that. I mean, come on. Between Discovery and Science, you've got awesome shows like The Mythbusters.
oh yeah,
Uh,
on the Science Channel they've got
the
Firefly.
yeah, Firefly. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's Through the Wormhole. All these great shows. And then Naked Survivor. You're an idiot. On that note, before I start ranting again, as much as Dave would love to see that,
Yes, yes, I would.
I has got to end the show so I can actually try and do this thing called sleep
Where's the fun?
because I would like to do that before the sun comes up again tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to shoot myself.
Uh,
So on that note,
you'll have nice dreams of Autobots riding Dinobots.
fuck you. Excuse me. So Dave, would you like to tell the people where they can find us at?
Drop us a line at Facebook, at Wobbly Pod, or you could check us out at. Actually, our show is posted on YouTube. Right here on YouTube. Um, at
We will
the
soon
channel.
have a new website. Actually,
We will.
we will. My friend Jay, who I just mentioned, is currently fixing up my computer. It will be a server, and we will be creating a website within the next couple of weeks.
We will also, you can also reach us at wobblypod@yahoo.com.
And also at wobblypod at gmail.com as well.
Yes.
So,
Uh,
and that will be it for episode 16 of the Wibbly-Wobbly-Geeky-Weekly podcast. I'm Joe.
and I'm Dave, and you can't use the word nerfer, only we can.
Damn straight. Talk to you
It's
later.
our word.
Say goodbye, Dave.
Goodbye, Dave.
Goodbye.